swimming in a stream. Tiny salmon chasing that impossible dream. The mynah bird says, "Ah! Ah, ah!" The chimpanzee says, "Ee!" The friendly owl says, "Woo! Woo-hoo!" But the salmon can only say,
What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to Tactical Newbie, the channel where a newbie like me gets into all things tactical. With the funny movie introductions out of the way, per usual, like we always do, let's get right into today's video. So guys, it's around that time again. It's basically around the 1 year mark for another low budget loadout plate carrier to get its low budget loadout update. So with that being said, this specific video is in fact the low budget update video for the Tacticon Armament Battle Vest Elite and the Tacticon Armament Battle Belt Elite. So for most of you guys that know, I bought this plate carrier and battle belt system around this time last year and then featured it in low budget loadout. To this day, or at least to the date, it is actually my at least most viewed and most popular low budget loadout videos on the channel, which within itself just kind of screams and kind of emphasis, or has an emphasis on the popularity of Tacticon Armament, both with their podcast and of course with their gear. With all that being said, for any of you that's been watching the channel, especially as of last week, you did see some of the update features that I did integrate onto the plate carrier system. Well, from here you will get the low budget update video of all of those items. All the new items will be applied to the total cost of the existing low budget loadout price tag for both the plate carrier and the battle belt. Spoiler alert, just to let you guys know, didn't do much of anything. Actually, really just didn't do anything change-wise for the battle belt system. For the most part, it was kind of set up pretty ideally across the board. Didn't really need to do any major or minor shifting, so I just kind of kept it as is. In hindsight now, looking at the video and 360-degree view of me wearing the gear within itself, in hindsight, I might actually end up making some adjustments at some point coming up soon. Don't really like how the drop pouch on the belt and the medical pouch on the belt kind of sit offset of each other. I might shift that over or try to figure something else down the line. I kind of think I want to have my at least the medical setup directly on the back of the belt. But that's beside the point. That would be kind of something for another video. But yeah, with all the rambling out of the way, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you guys on the other side. Alrighty guys, and away we go. So in similar vein to the other low budget update videos, we will touch on first the retail price of the entire loadout before its additions. Retail price for the entire loadout before the upgrades was $257.83. All in all, this is probably one of my more favorite low budget loadouts that I have featured on the channel thus far. Huge fan of Tacticon Armament and the type of gear that they do offer for us poors out there in the world that can't necessarily afford any of the high-end Gucci products. But all in all, we'll take a look now at the bottom drop pouch. As you will see and touch on, most of the components on this setup, on this loadout, are from Tacticon Armament. The drop pouch within itself, it's probably one of my least favorite components that on the plate carrier within itself. The actual pouch within itself is very, very good. The materials, it's made very, very good material-wise. One of the two complaints that I have across the board with the pouch in general, though, is the zippers seem a little thin and tend to get caught quite often, which you'll see at the later part of this feature with me zippering things back up. Get caught very easily, which can kind of run into an issue down the line of obviously efficiency when it comes to grabbing items from the pouch. Then also the interior flap, or I guess the back flap that flaps onto the hook and loop Velcro on the front face of the plate carrier. It's also made of like this looser kind of lightweight material, which kind of makes it a little bit more flappy. That's not really the best terminology, but it just kind of flaps around a little bit more loosely than some of the other drop pouches that I have ran with thus far. Alrighty, now from here we'll work our way over to the front placard. This is basically the Battle Gear Elite chest rig, which I retrofitted in just to a front placard system for the plate carrier. All in all, I'm trying to aim for this loadout kind of a direct copy, or at least a Tacticon Armament version of the Agilite K19 and a lot of the featured Agilite gear, at least as it pertains to their some of the products that they have to offer specifically for their plate carrier system. Agilite does have within itself a front placard system that is kind of configured very similarly to this Tacticon Armament variation. So was trying to aim for more of kind of like a direct one-for-one Tacticon copy of the Agilite K19, but just kind of showcasing some of the pockets of how everything and what everything kind of can feature to be held on the front placard. I have a flashlight on the left side, and then of course a 9mm Glock 19X magazine on the right. The actual 5.56 30-round magazine holders on the front placard are actually made very, very well. Have those plastic inserts that come with the actual chest rig within itself that do hold on to the magazines very well and create a nice, firm, locking setup for the actual magazines with themselves. You can actually hear the locking system when these magazines slide into place, which pretty much guarantee without a doubt they ain't going anywhere. You don't have to worry about dropping them or anything. There is a little bit of resistance pulling them in and out, but again, I do like the featured fact that they do hold pretty strongly. Alrighty, from here we'll just take a look at some of the other additional features for the plate carrier system. We got a front plate bag pocket. We do have hook and loop Velcro on the top chest. We do have quick disconnect interlock buckles on both the on both shoulders and actually down on the cummerbund as well, which we'll slide on down and take a look at. I did have to integrate the QD, or at least the quick disconnect clips or swift clips onto this specific plate carrier in order to mount the this variation of the front placard. But all in all, some of the changes, not a lot of drastically big changes overall across the board, but within itself, you do notice a difference in setup now compared to what it was when it was featured during the low budget loadout and low budget update videos. Alrighty, now from here, working our way over to the cummerbund systems, just kind of showcasing some of the pocket configurations that I have integrated on the cummerbund. One of the biggest things that I did kind of change up with this specific loadout was I did integrate or install 2 Tacticon Armament plates, pockets on each side of the cummerbund. They can be multi-utilized as both pockets to stow or store items as well as hold side cummerbund plates. The nice thing about those plate pockets, or at least the cummerbund plate pockets, is that they do have front-facing MOLLE, which then from there I did integrate my drop pouch, or at least my dump pouch pocket that I did have configured on the cummerbund initially. Just kind of MOLLE'd that right on the front face of the plate pocket. Did also integrate a little water bottle clasp holder, which I figured would come in nice in a pinch whenever I needed to hold on to a water bottle at any point in the future. The retail price for both side pouch pockets is $29.95. You get obviously a pair of them for each side of the cummerbund. All in all, one of the nice integrating factors with these side cummerbund pouches is, again, the availability to just hold more items, whether it be stow or keep a multitude of different items across the board, or use them to actually stow and hold plates within themselves. From here, as you saw, I did showcase the little Smith & Wesson mini boot knife. Just kind of got that off of Amazon as well. It was kind of just a nice little integration to have for this specific setup. Nice little tiny knife, doesn't really take up too much real estate across the board on the plate carrier cummerbund, and allows it to just kind of stow on the inseam of the cummerbund. From here, working our way to the other side of the cummerbund, taking a look at the GP pouch, $24.95 for the standard GP pouch. Did also integrate the little mini razor knife that I did have at least featured on the front shoulder area, or front just lower shoulder area of the plate carrier prior. Was running into issues with pulling that. The retention on that little mini razor knife is actually pretty good. The downside to that strong retention is that when it came to yanking that knife out, it was starting to tear away at some of the inseam of some of the hook and loop. So I figured I'd just kind of nix that and get rid of it, and just kind of figure out a new position or place to put it at a later period of time. From here, just kind of showcasing the molly of the GP pouch on the front of the cummerbund. But yeah, all in all, you can kind of see the entire configuration for the entire plate carrier setup. Yeah, from here we'll just basically take a look at the back Battle Pack Elite from Tacticon Armament, which of course is installed on the Battle Vest Elite plate carrier system. As you can tell, there is a direct one-for-one kind of clone aspect to the Battle Pack, similar to the Battle Vest Elite, both of which are direct clones of the Agilite K19, which I mentioned in reference before earlier in the video. And then, of course, the Tacticon Armament Battle Pack Elite is a direct one-for-one knockoff of the Agilite Amp 3 Battle Pack. All in all, just kind of taking a look at the setup and configuration for the Battle Pack. Not much has changed from the initial low-budget loadout review. The only thing that you will notice is that I did install the knockoff dope flat pouch that I got from Amazon. Just kind of wanted to configure that as kind of a secondary quick swap in and swap out placard. If there was ever a need for me to swap as needed, I could do so, and then just retrofit the one placard that I'm not using in the back of the backpack. But aside from that, not much has really changed on configuration with the backpack within itself. With many probably low budget update videos in the foreseeable future, I can't really see much changing, except for just staging and kind of stacking, preparing items, and kind of fully utilizing the pack for its main intended purpose, which would be just obviously just carrying stuff. Yeah, but all in all, I gotta say that this specific loadout is probably my #1 favorite low budget loadout configuration thus far. Retail price with everything after the upgrades is $412.68 for the entire setup.
So it's $10 for a BJ, $12 for an HJ, $15 for a ZJ.
What's a ZJ?
If you have to ask, big man, you can't afford it.
I got $4.
Alrighty, from here we'll take a look at the battle belt setup. First, I'd like to apologize for the low light quality. I kind of filmed this in the later part of the afternoon. Total retail price for the entire belt is $221.94 for the entire configuration and setup across the board. Now, for those of you hardcore tactical newbie fans, you could probably tell if you did watch the at least the low budget loadout video for this Tacticon Armament battle belt Elite setup. Not much has really changed at all for that matter. Pretty much everything pretty much stayed exactly the same from the point of when I initially set up this low budget loadout setup. All in all, I am kind of a huge fan of the configuration and the setup within itself. I haven't really found any real reason through training to change it up. But then one thing that I have kind of noticed in highlight that I will probably end up eventually changing down the line is going to be the configuration of the IFAK setup and the dump pouch. I think I'm going to try to shift the dump pouch over a little bit more if possible, or maybe try to shift the configuration a little bit over more, or at least some way or another to basically allocate so that the IFAK pouch setup sits more across the dead center of my back. Just when it comes to easy access, I want to be able to get to the IFAK pouch from either of the two arms. At least at this current present time, the pouch within itself does kind of favor a little bit more heavier to my right side of my back than dead center, so it would make it a little bit difficult to try to reach from the back side with my left arm. But aside from that, that's some of the stuff that I might look to change down the line in the foreseeable future with just some minor shifting. But aside from that, I am a huge fan of the configuration, and I've had no issues whatsoever with the configuration as it pertains to training and stuff like that. Obviously, the more in-depth training I do get down the line, especially pertaining to real steel, we will probably see some evolution of these systems within themselves. But at least at this present time, with some of the stuff that I do at home and then at the range, I haven't really had any issues. Now, full transparency with all of these low budget loadout configurations and setup, ideally I think I'm going to set these setups up more so for at least more in line with airsoft. gaming and some big milsim / airsoft events. When it comes to the actual like hardcore real steel training or any type of like more in-depth training down the line, whether it be for rifle or pistol, with an instructor led and all that stuff, I think I'm gonna stick to some of the more Gucci gear items that I do currently have within my possession, which of course would be the Faro Concepts setup in Wolf Gray that I have featured on the channel. Feel free to take a look if you're curious. But all things considered, I think I'm going to kind of, down the line, as I did specify, just kind of ironed out and kind of narrow these items down to more so focus more heavily on airsoft gameplay. So that's one of the probably biggest configurations you're going to see kind of evolve with these loadouts, is that they're across the board, they're going to kind of lean more heavy to airsoft gameplay than anything else, which might require the removal of some of the more field specific, life-saving stuff. Obviously the tactical knife, stuff like that, might end up kind of moving or shifting or relocating to a different setup, because obviously you can't carry that stuff around while playing airsoft. Yeah, but all in all, rambling aside, that's one of the primary reasons why I didn't really feel the need to have to highlight any of the quote-unquote changes on this battle belt setup, because there is none, at least at this present moment. But yeah, like I said, this has been kind of a pretty reliable battle belt setup when it comes to training. Obviously, my training is going to step up to another level coming up in the next foreseeable couple months or so. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Tacticon Armament gear across the board, and yeah.
But there's one case in a career where you go all in. This is it.
All right. Then you do us proud. Because I don't want no scrubs.
Really?
No.
You're not aware that's a TLC song?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You said chasing waterfalls, now you're saying you don't want no scrubs?
I don't even understand the reference.
It's like a tick.
All right, from here, this just be the standard obligatory fit check that I tend to offer with all the low-budget loadouts and low-budget update videos. Don't mind the front fupa. That is just the additional daddy weight that I gained over the last year or year and a half or so. Just, doing what you got to do to support your family. I am in the process, of course, of slimming down and cutting that big old belly down to the best of my ability. But belly aside, this just kind of gives you a full 360-degree look at the plate carrier setup on my frame. Keep in mind the setting of the belt also doesn't really offer the most flattering look. I do have to kind of pinch that belt in a little bit tighter and pull my pants up, which probably would give less of that Foompa look. But yeah, like I said, just across the board, just offering a 360-degree look. Keep in mind that a lot of this configuration might be in flux and might get adjusted. Some guys might mention, of course, the GP pouch being on the pistol side of the battle belt and how it could cause some issues with pulling the pistol out. It was really just kind of a toss-up between flipping sides and doing the dump pouch or the dump pouch side on that side as well, because if I were to have the dump pouch actually configured and actually set up to actually put items in it, it would be just as big of an impedance, or at least to cause just as much issues, if not more, trying to pull the pistol from that strong pistol side. But yeah, all in all, I'm sure people take a look at it and try to find something configuration-wise that isn't the most ideal. Keep in mind, a lot of this stuff is still in flux and is in the process of evolving week by week, month by month, as I train more and more in this gear and setup to obviously set up to the best of my abilities the most optimal gear configuration for all of my plate carrier setups, whether it be for, like I said, milsim airsoft, or whether it be for real steel training with instructor-led setup or anything of that nature. But yeah, all in all, I'll kind of keep the rambling down to a minimum from here, so that way you can kind of get a full kind of look at the setup. But yeah. From here, just real quick, we'll take a look at the configuration of the IFAK pouch and what I was making in reference to before about kind of moving that over to the left to have more of a streamlined, kind of center mounting on the battle belt within itself. So that way I could grab it from both my right hand or my non-dominant left side, depending on need and what's best for utilization. But yeah, all things considered, this is by far my favorite low-budget loadout setup thus far that I have featured on the channel. As I did state before, I will be kind of narrowing down the low-budget loadout segments a little bit more as time progresses. So I don't really see any other play carrier taking its place down the line, but only time will tell.
Like, see those two guys over there? They've been watching us.
Right, right.
Wait, have they been watching us?
I don't know. Have they?
Fuck. Did you see that? They just looked over at us.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What's going on?
No, maybe it was just a coincidence. I will look again. Are you ready?
Alrighty guys, I hope you liked the video. Of course, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know what you think of this low budget update video, and of course, let me know what you think of some of the low budget update videos previously that I have posted. Keep in mind that this will be a segment that I will be kind of bringing back routinely every couple months to a year, whatever the case may be, to just kind of highlight some of the minor changes that I have made on specific play carrier systems, especially as I get more and more use out of them over that prolonged period of time, whether it be through training, whether it be through airsoft, milsim type situations, or anything across the board. Just for some of the fans and some subscribers that might be wondering, what I'm kind of starting to devise with some of these, at least play carrier systems and battle belt systems, is I think I kind of generated a little bit of an idea to kind of start, kind of hit all facets of a need or design with all of these specific play carrier systems to go something as, at least go a route as slick and streamlined as the low-vis plate carrier system. That's kind of, a direct copy off of the Slickster, Fair Concept Slickster, to go to something a little bit more heavy duty and a little bit more load bearing like the Tacticon Armament Battle Vest Elite. And then of course kind of hit in the middle ground with some of the other vests, whether it be the Krydex JPC or whether it be the PETAC Gear V5. So I'm kind of, it's like an evolution of steps based on need and based on what I'll be using the play carrier system for, ideally in a milsim event or in an airsoft event or anything like that. And almost kind of like a separate suit of armor to use in specific applications in some of those milsim style games and whatnot. But yeah, with all the rambling out of the way, I'll hit on the same stuff that I normally do at the end of every video. I do have a Twitter/X. Feel free to hit the link down in the description below if you'd like to follow me there. I also do have a Patreon. Hit the link in the description below as well if you'd like to support to the tactical newbie community. Keep in mind your contributions across the board are helpful with the growth of the video. And as I stated before, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, comment down below. All of those things that do help appease the YouTube gods and do help further propel me into the YouTube algorithms and get more eyes and more views on the channel. As I do slowly grow and evolve the channel down the line with new recording gear, obviously better videos, hopefully an editor, hopefully a cameraman. The main purpose is as I grow to start slowly integrating some of these things on there, so that way I'm just not sitting here at my desk every video and just talking your guys' ear off and rambling like a madman. But yeah, with all that being said, I will stop talking your guys' ear off and yeah, I will let you guys go and I will see you guys next week.